is going on, guys, and welcome back to the Zoned Out Gaming League Season 1. I am your host, your caster for tonight. My name is Calamity4, or Clam for short. I don't know why I keep doing that. That's like the third time I've done that mistake, but it is what it is. And we should have another banger match on our hands. It's going to be the Open Division tonight, week number 2. END versus Static Energy. I'm not actually sure if it's just END or if that like stands for something. END, I guess if anybody in chat knows, let me know, because I think it's just END. But I might call them END or something. I don't know. Well, just let me know for clarification. I should probably ask the players that, but who cares, right? It is what it is. But for the END or END roster tonight, we have Ikua, I believe, Nizzy, Kurama, and AP rounding out the roster. And for the side of Statix as well. Different little roster from them tonight. I mean, I remember I casted these guys on main stage not that long ago, and it looks like they have a couple new players coming in. So Crafty and Lefty from last week, but this time they're joined by JRB and Ja. So we'll see if the roster change makes a difference. Because, I mean, so far it's been pretty, smooth sailing for END. I believe they 3-0'd in their first week as well. And then, on the other end, Static Energy, they lost in a big way on main stage against Select Few. I even casted that one. We saw exactly what happened in that series. Weren't really particularly great in that one. They looked a decent bit better in SND, but we'll see if they're going to be able to do it tonight, as we'll go into the maps and modes in this one. And it's a decent little set we have on our hands so far. We're going to be starting off with Colossus, Raid, Exposure, and then a double den if we do need to go the distance. We'll see if they're going to be, up for the fight whenever. I always like seeing extended series, but it is what it is. Sometimes, you don't end up getting that. We'll find out, I guess, tonight, really, if Statix, the roster change pays off, I guess, for them tonight, really, is going to be my main look. And also just see the eye test for END, because I haven't spectated them yet. This is the first time of me casting, I believe, these players. So it's, always nice to see, the first cast I get to do for a team, just, see where they stack up with the competition, right? It gives me kind of a bearing as a spectator, as a caster, to know where exactly I kind of stacked them up in kind of my head, right? Where, I can maybe produce more accurate predictions as we go forward in the season. So nonetheless, it should be a good series tonight. Oh, I got to move, I don't know how, I don't think I had perms for this. I can try. Hold on, guys. Let me see. Let me see. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I might be able to go to a different channel here. Somebody could drag him. Let me see. Yeah, because I can't. I might be able to do a my own little. I can just make one, I guess. Wait, what just happened? Okay, there we go. There we go. My bad, guys. I've never done this before with so I guess this series as well. I'm having one of the coaches, I believe the coach for I think it's for Statix, I believe, joining me. Or no. Or yeah? Yeah, no, I think it's the coach for Statix as well, joining me in the call, as well as going to be in the Codcaster as well. So we're going to get a couple, different looks at this series as well. We're going to have me in the Codcaster, the coach going to be spectating them as well. A little bit different, but it should be a no issues, hopefully, in the series as all. And, I'm expecting kind of a bang out, but, I will say, the records against Statix, we did see them play, or at least I saw them play the other night on main stage. They did play against a decent team for sure in the Select Few. We'll see if they can bounce back. They're going to be playing probably against another pretty decent team as well. And END is, they're also 3-0, haven't lost a map yet. But, we saw it yesterday as well, too, on the main. Like, sometimes record just doesn't matter. Yesterday, the 3-0, the team that was undefeated lost in a pretty convincing way as well. They lost 3-1 as well. So sometimes the record doesn't tell the whole story. As I do hear the text, we are going to be loading on in. It's going to be Colossus, map number 1. We'll see who comes out on top first here. As let me see if I can get the teams right first. Here we go. Let's see if they are on the right. Looks like they are flipped. I'll get that situated. Actually, you guys can't see that yet, but I will try and flip that here in a second. There we go. And we're off to the races. Eliminate, neutralize, and destroy. Okay, yeah, I was wondering. It seemed like an acronym. They were all capitalized. I appreciate you, Matt, in chat for letting me know. I was going to say, that's like too short of a name to not be an acronym. It's going to be so far. Crafty going for an overextension for Statix. Able to get one. Has a player right in front of him. Tag down low. Going for the chow, but it's not quite enough as red arrows are going to be converging on through. And so far, so good. Statix are going to be able to hold spawns, but it's pretty mixy. And I mean, that's pretty much what you would come to expect for P1 on Colossus. Just a trade fest with all the nades coming in. And nobody able to get a ton of time as of yet, but it looks like it will be going red for a moment. And look like that, just as I say that, red arrows break on through. They flip the spawns, and it's going to be END. Eliminate, neutralize, and destroy. That's a mouthful. I'm going to call him END. I appreciate you, because that's a mouthful. They're going to be flipping on through for the spawns. Statix trying to break on in for them front, but JRB unable to get that first one. And it's just going to be Ja and Crafty, and now just left the Crafty. Gets a nice nade kill. Shots are going to soften up one, but time should be going red. Everybody not on the hill as of right now. Just waiting for some teammate support, and it's going to be the side of Static breaking on in. Nice little 3 dead for them. Crafty getting another. Are they going to expect Karama in the back, though? Is really the question. We'll see if he's able to get anything done, and no, just falls immediately. So nice break on in from Statix. Still about 30 seconds to game. They get another 3 dead as well. And yeah, maybe the 4th one going on in. That's going to be Josh. He gets 1, but yeah, by his lonesome. Can't even really stop the clock for very much time at all. So rotations going to be on the minds of both these teams. It's going to be a 2-for-1 so far at new. All 4 red arrows converging. I like where Karama is, but he's going to get bad timing. Turns his back at an inopportune moment, and he'll get shut on down. And it will be the red arrows here first for END. We'll see if Akira and Co. can get it done on new. Able to get the first, but they're getting pitched from both sides. Important gunfights in transition. JRB wins 1, 4 spawns, and that's going to flip them on out. But this is a hill where you can hold from either side as long as you have a decent setup on it. We'll see if JRB can get anything done for himself. Ja able to get the first, but collapses on in. Teammates are going to get them all, and the J Squadron, both Ja and JRB combining on in. 4 spree for them as well. Static looking decent on this retrade here, but it's going to be red arrows converging on in. And I will say P3 just a mixy hill on this map. Similar to P1 as Lefty gets a 3-piece with the help of his teammate on top there as they instantly break on back. And like I was saying, P3 incredibly mixy. We see flips happen all the time where it's just 2-for-2, 1-for-1 trades going back and forth. A lot of contest time. And you can lock it down, but you got to make sure you're winning the majority of your gunfights because you're spawning basically equidistant from that point. And it's going to be red arrows on new. END going to be on the better end of spawns for new. Lefty getting meleeed there. Akua able to lock him down. And P2 and P4, really the money hills on this Colossus. We'll see if END can get it done. We'll see if they're going to be neutralizing and destroying. So far, it's been pretty mixy. Nobody really getting a significant edge in this series. I will say Static maybe looking slightly better off the break, just winning the slaying battle. That hasn't really netted them a ton of time yet. They're only about 15 seconds in the lead. Still plenty of time to go for both of these teams. It's going to be another 3 dead. It's really going to be Crafty trying to pinch on through, but he's by his lonesome right now. Nice headshot, though. Able to get the first as blue arrow's going to converge on in. It's going to be another one for Crafty. And the final 20 could potentially go blue here as well. Static doing a great job picking up the scrap time so far on a couple of these hills in a row. And it adds up after a long time, after about, 250-second game, or, well, I guess 10-minute game, really, if you can consider it that. But after 250 seconds, all that scrap time, it adds up. And you got to make sure you're not giving up too much of it. I like this route from Ja, but unfortunately, he's not able to get anything done there. Switches to the pistol and misses a lot of shots there. Might not matter, though. His teammates are here, but Akio with the double will slow them down. So we have about a dead even game going into our second rotation of hills here. Nades are going to land, but not enough for a kill. Players dodging them like the Matrix right now. Finally, a nades lands, and it's going to be Lefty collecting that one and a double for him as well. And Nizy trying to pick up the pieces, but finds himself the lone member pushed up. Going to get a bad timing, though, and Ja is there. So P2 rotation favoring Statix, and it looks like they still have the energy. They're still frying right now. 16 and 10 for Jaws. They're going to back on up. And, I mean, so far, It's been a very narrow game. I mean, I will say it's been Statix on the better end of these setups, though, for the Money Hills. 4P2 and 4P4. They've come out ahead of both of them so far. Well, I guess it was END at the very start, but Statix were able to hold on to most of that P2 the first time around, and looks like they're going to try and break from the front after they do a great job rotating. Just falls apart. Good break, though, from the end. We'll see if they can get it done here. If they can get 1 or 2 more waves of kills, they can put themselves out to a decent lead here, but it's been very scrappy back and forth. Ja and JRB combining on in 4-3 there. They will flip the spawns with 30 seconds left, and now it's their time to soak the rest of this hill. It's kind of crazy how fast the spawns can flip on Colossus if you're able to hit the back. Well, just one good push from the front, right? Couple dead in the feed, and if you push a little bit too far forward, you can find yourself spawning across the map. It can be very annoying. Almost similar to Blackheart, but I feel like Blackheart has a lot stickier spawns, so you can get away with kind of, you know, pushing from the front of Colossus, but maybe not so much on that map. As we have a basically dead even game going to this P3 hill. Crafty and Co. They're all 4 on this side of the map, on the preferred side, 4 spawns, but we'll see if they can end up breaking on in. It is END here first, but they got to get this slaying, and they got to get it going here to try and lock down some time. It's going to be Kurama, with all 4 there. Nice slaying from him. He's kind of had a little bit of a tough start, but bouncing back in a big way on this 3rd hill here. Watching the pinch. And that's going to be 3 dead. Make it all 4 as the red arrows combine on in. They get the hill. They get the kills. And that'll allow them to not only do that, but flip the spawns for new as well. So better showing from them on this P3 hill the second time around. We'll see if they can hold it here, as it's, you know, they've done a great job, honestly, so far, holding most of this P3 time. It's really going to be about the rotation now. Can they transition that? They have the spawns, but they're losing members now, and Josh finds himself the lone member now. Might have got a timing, though. Could potentially play spoiler here for Statix, and he might be able to. Gets 1, has a couple more in front of him, sags on into the second, and he has help a little bit. No, Lefty gets that somehow. I don't know how Lefty won that with 1 HP basically left. He's able to get that gunfight win, and that was a big one for him to find. Kua gets 1, but I mean, that's going to spawn the rest of his teammates out. I mean, unfortunately, Nizzy tries, but he will fall. But, you know, I will say, END, they did give themselves a big cushion for securing a lot of that P3 time, so they find themselves about a 40-point edge. So they have time to break here, and time to give back if they're able, you know, to keep themselves level-footed here in the game. And just like that, 4 dead. END break right back on in. They break the spawns, and that is exactly what you like to see if you're going to try and eliminate, neutralize, and destroy your opponent. So far, so good from them as they extend their lead to about 60 seconds here. We'll see if they can potentially rotate on through toward P1 as well. Nice name from Ja. We'll shut down the approach for a moment. Ja with another one as well. So, I mean, P1, you see it on a lot of maps. It's heavily contested, but I will say on Colossus, once you get these trophy systems like Ja just placed down, you can soak a lot of time on P1 if you're able to just get the crossfires in and watch the overextensions. I mean, Ja, you saw that, blocked a lot of nades with that one, able to get the first one, has the crossfire from his teammate, and they're just playing this to perfection. So far, so good for Static Energy here. Doing a great job on P1, just soaking. Ja maybe with an overchow there, but I mean, Lefty is here to try and iron this spot, pick up the pieces. Maybe Ja an overchow there, but he's not able to get the 1. Crafty gets the trades on through, and it's just been a mix fest these past couple of seconds, but will be Static stabilizing. And all the meanwhile, they still have these spawns toward P2, so in the better positioning. If this map does go later in the stages, as long as they can hold it for a little while longer, and I mean, just as I say that, the red arrows converge, they might get broken here in the back. JRB falls. It's going to be Josh and Co. They're going to be spawning on out. They still have to try and break. Akua trying to get through. Pistol not good enough, and he's shot in the back as soon as I say it. 4 dead yet again. Static roaring back into this game after about a 70 to 80 point deficit. After that final P4, you can string some kills together in BO7, let me tell you. Especially on P2, even on P1 as well, is another 3 dead. I mean, it's just Josh able to win the important gunfight. And we might find ourselves with a barn burner of a map number 1, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see if Statix can come back and take map number 1 here. I mean, they are, you know, they haven't won a map yet in the league as far as I'm aware, and they're looking like they are a lot better with this roster change. the two-player roster change can pay dividends, as it's still anybody's game. We're still within striking distance, as it's going to be going toward P3 now. Rotations are on. Jaw's going to spot one toward bottom mid. That's going to give his call out to his teammate. JRB should be able to pick this up, and with the help of Crafty, we'll pick off a couple of players toward new. But it's going to be Karama with a double, breaking on in. We'll see if they can survive for now. It's going to get a triple as well. Karama heating up. Every time we go to P3, I swear this guy's popping pieces. It's going to be red arrows for END here. I believe that's Crafty with the Hellstorm missile, though. We'll see if he can put it to good use. Boosting it maybe a little early as it's off the map. Yeah, maybe got to slow play that one a little bit more. That one definitely wasted, but fortunately for him, his teammates... Well, actually, no. Not going to pick up the pieces, so it's going to be END. Still holding this P3 time. They can't quite win it off here, but essentially so. They're about a few seconds away with a little bit of scrap toward new. As Crafty kind of, yeah, waste that Hellstorm missile. Would have loved to have had a couple of kills there, as, I mean, that could have probably broken hill for Statix right now, but Ja with the double, make it a little bit harder for them to end, but, I mean, we'll see. It's in their name, after all. If they could do it, 20 points for them to close. It's going to be 8 in the back, but JRB behind him. Rama gets 1, but that's going to be a short-lived life. Statix are here, and they can soak, but it's going to have to be basically perfect from here on out. They can string together hills, though. We saw them do it from P1 to P2, P3 to P4. Basically the exact same situation. Might be even a little bit easier to try and break P2 than P4. We'll see if they can hold. It's going to be a red arrows breaking on in, though. Everybody falling. END break on in. They flip the spawns, and now 10 seconds away from the victory in map number 1 here. Ja trying to break on in from the side door. Gets a double yet again. Ja just, I mean, seems like the hero for Statix so far. Is it going to be enough, as all 4 arrows going to fall? And END clutch on up and take map number 1, 250 to 201. And honestly, guys, a closer map than I probably predicted going into the series. I had a feeling the roster change might come out and, you know, show some signs of improvement for the Statix boys, but unfortunately it wasn't quite enough in this one. But they definitely look a lot better, I will say, in this series than they did their last one. So excited to see how this continues. Heading into map number 2, it's going to be Raid S&D coming up next. So anything can happen as we slow things down a little bit here. But I mean, a good look so far. Good first look from END in that map number 1. I mean, they just look composed. I mean, Akua with 4,000 damage. I mean, it's a tough one for Crafty and Ja, right? Dropping 35 apiece plus, but just sometimes that can happen, right? Just dig yourself too deep of a hole to climb yourself out of. So we'll be heading to map number 2 here in a moment. Let's take a quick look at the scoreboard real quick and see how this series is going to unfold. So Raid S&D up next. I wouldn't call this one a must-win, because I believe Statix showed enough life in that map number 1 for me that, you know, it seems like the respawn has improved from that last series I saw on main stage. It seems like they've gotten things back, or gotten back into the swing of things. They're a lot more competitive than they were their last go around. We'll see if they can potentially string that together so they can get this map number 2 on the board here. And I actually can't remember which map. Oh, never mind. I'm tripping. I thought they wanted to, no, 3. I'm sorry. I'm doing everything at once right now. I was reading some DMs, but yeah. So I mean, we'll see if they can win the SND. That's, I believe the closest map from last week, if I can remember. They kind of got, you know, rolled, but I believe the SND was the closest one in that series. So we'll see if they can do that again in this one, as we are going to get the lobby reset here. We're going to be flipping on the host, I believe, here in a second. So appreciate the follow as well for Profanity, as we're just going to be waiting for the players to get that set on up, but we should have a good one nonetheless. Let me back on out of here. How you guys doing tonight, chat? How we feeling? Let me see if they got the code yet. No, not quite. Oh, man. There we go. Okay. Let me see. I still don't have code. What's going on? I'm assuming we're switching host. I would assume so, but you know what happens when you assume things, guys. Ba, 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 ba. Let me see. Oh, I guess I'm getting invited. That works too. I don't typically like joining off invites because you can crash out of the lobby potentially. That can happen. So we'll see. If, hopefully, you know, fingers crossed it works. So whatever. Yeah, honestly, going to map number 2. I mean, last week it was kind of tough, right? Because I believe last week was kind of a mismatch, right? With select few being the better team. I think this one's more of an even match now, especially after the roster change. Statix coming in with 2 new players. And, you know, as well, I don't think END quite as strong as Select Few. Maybe they're similar in that level, but I think Select Few probably stronger in the respawn department. I don't know. I guess we'll see if they play eventually here. But, you know, maybe more of a good test for Statix to see if the roster can can stand up. I don't even know what I'm trying to say, guys. Can be resilient and I don't even know. Just be oh my god, I'm having the craziest brain fog right now, guys. My bad. Holy. I'm like trying to think of a word. You know when you guys try to think of a word and it's just like on the tip of your tongue and you just can't think of it? That's like where I'm at right now. And I just like had the biggest brain fart of 2026. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. That was bad. Apologies. Well, let me flip my overlay. As it's going to be so far so good. END first blood. Resilient. Maybe that was the word. I don't know. Probably not. Is Josh able to get one toward open stairs, but he is quickly traded, so 2v2, making a 2v3 situation now. So it's going to be up to Crafty and Jaw to clutch this one out for Statix here, but it is definitely possible if they can get some trades and a timing for Jaw. Able to just sneak on through, almost gets a second one, but Crafty is here. This should be a trade. Can he get it? No, he weasels his way on out of that one. And now Crafty with 30 HP and nowhere to go will end up getting taken down. And 1-0 now. They eliminated, they neutralized, and they destroyed. END strike first. Let me take a drink of water so I don't have another brain fart like I just had a moment ago. I think that's what it is. I think I'm dehydrated. Pray for me, guys. I have another series after this, too. And if we're starting off like that, maybe we'll see if END can string a couple together here. They're going to win that opening offense. I will say probably offense on A, a little easier than defense on A, but we'll see if it's going to be Josh getting it done. It's actually going to be, I believe, that was Nizzy able to get first blood. Yeah, it was, as Josh is just going to push on through. Gets another one as well. He has a player right next to him, and he's going to spot him. Sloppy shots, gets tagged down low. Crafty is no longer for this world as Jaw left in the 1v4. Gets one back, but this would have to be some legendary stuff for him. I don't think Josh spotted him as well, so Jaw can potentially make a play here. But, I mean, still, 3 members to deal with. Overwhelming numbers advantage is a tough one. He does collect the bomb at the very least, so, I mean, that's, you know, he has that going for him. At the if it's something at all, but I'm assuming that the END boys are going to be playing trades through mid, as they're all kind of just funneling, waiting for this player to show themselves. And I mean, Jaw's just explored the entire map at this point, taking the scenic route, and he hasn't spotted a soul. So, I mean, it can be difficult to try and get something going when they're just not giving you anything. I mean, Josh just shouldering toward B, and I believe he finally did spot him here on the bomb, and he's going to pounce. He's going to elect to strike, and he should get the final blow after a much-awaited final kill that they were trying to find him. They just couldn't seem to find him. He was wiggling his way through. It's going to be END with the second one now on the board. Looking good at the start of this SND. And SND, you know, they say it wins championships. Well, maybe it can also win league matches. We'll find out if we need to end up going extended maps. As it was END who was able to strike first map number 1. And, I mean, they're just continuing that dominance. Maybe not dominance, that form, I guess I should say, from map number 1. And, okay, we're ending the game. Not sure what happened there. We'll probably get some clarification here in a second. I don't know what just happened. Oh, somebody DC'd. That's what happened. Gotcha. Is what it is. At least they ended it before the round started, so we will get things reset here in a moment. Looks like, yeah, maybe Crash coming on in. So 2-0 up for now for END. Coming off the reset here will be the scoreline. So we'll get that situated here in a second. Hopefully, it doesn't take too long for us to get back. Oh, scan and repair. Oh, that's not great. That might take a little bit. Hopefully, he doesn't have to scan and repair everything. That might take a while. Is what it is, though. We'll see if, END boys can continue after the reset. I know sometimes it shocks your mental a little bit after, you go up a little bit in the series, right? You have to restart. Sometimes it can shock your mental when you come back after, you're waiting a little bit. So we'll see if END can stay composed, stay strong. And on the flip side, that might actually help Static Esports as well. After this one, talk about what they wanted to be doing in this search and destroy now that they played a couple of rounds, right? They can get maybe a little bit more of a grasp of what the other team is throwing at you. It is what it is. We'll see. Sometimes that doesn't play in effect at all, but I like thinking that's a possibility. As a player, sometimes it does shock you, right? Like I've been in those situations where, you have a lot of momentum, right? You're up like 3-4, 5-1 sometimes, right? You come back in the reset and you lose the first round. That really tilts you as a player sometimes, especially if you were gonna win that last one, had that not happened. So I mean, it's unfortunate. It happens, but nothing you could really do about it, right? So I guess looking forward deeper into this series, if we are going to be going the distance, I guess we'll talk about the exposure a little bit while I'm here. I think exposure overload, I think especially after seeing that map number 1, where Statix were able to make a comeback as well at the end, I think they have it in them to take that one, especially with, BO7 exposure, or it's not exposure, overload being a new game type as well. I think a lot of the teams haven't really completely figured this one out yet. It's been out a little while now, but there's still a lot of room for improvement, I would say, for most of the teams I've watched. There are some teams that are really, really good at overload, but it's very far and few between. I feel like the very, very best teams are really stellar at overload, but even one tier below, right? Like you go from like challengers top 16 to top 32. There's a huge drop off in that game type specifically, it seems like. So, I mean, we'll see if we can see some top tier overload. I'm not sure if we're going to be seeing the best overload, but I am excited to watch it nonetheless, as I believe I do hear the beep. So the lobby going to be restarting here in a moment. Oh my, how you guys doing tonight, chat? I'm doing a lot of yapping, a lot of yapping right now between the maps. It is what it is. I live for this shit, but it does become a lot when you're when I don't want to send it to break, right? I'd prefer not to, but it is what it is. I might have to start sending it toward break as I thought they were gonna reset. No, I guess we're gonna have another one. So apologies, guys. Is what it is. I believe they might have had the. I'm not sure actually what's going on here. Let me see. Oh, I'm getting a rule clarification. Scan and repair again? Oh no. Oh no, guys. I actually might throw it to a quick break. I believe if he got scan and repair again. Let me see. He says he's in the lobby, but I don't think he actually is. Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna throw it to a quick break, guys. I'll be right back in a minute once we figure this out, but it shouldn't be too long. I hope so. I have another match after this, but we'll see. I'll be right back, and we'll try and get this sorted out. Looks like we are back, guys, finally. Sorry about that. Scan and repair, you know, you gotta love it, right? Oh, maybe not. We just drew again. Oh, no. I may have thrown it back too early. It was a little bit of a long break, though, but I think he is actually finally back. I think he had to re-download shaders because scan and repair makes you do that for some reason. Great time. Anyway, but I believe we're about ready to start. So END, we're up 2-0 after that little reset we had there, so they should have the edge coming back into this SND, and it's going to be really now up to whether or not Static can put up a fight in this one. They fought back in map number 1, but they, you know, kind of dug themselves into a little bit of a hole there, and it seems like that's kind of what's happening now in this map number 2, right? They started out, you know, down 0-2, but I guess the good thing about SND is, right, it's round for round, right? You don't need to go super, you know, you don't have to do everything super perfectly every single round. You just got to make sure that you're, you know, doing the right stuff. I mean, just playing fundamental COD and just taking it one round at a time. That's kind of the advantage you have in S&D. You get to slow it down and talk about it versus kind of respawn more so just got instinct and reaction a lot of the time, you know? Whereas S&D, you can kind of play more level-headed, I guess you'd say. So, I mean, we'll see if Static can step up to the plate. I hope we get this map started here in a moment after this long reset. Oh, I'm getting clarification. Oh, okay. I was just getting clarification on a rule. Gotcha. There we go. Bam. All right, guys. We'll see. This is attempt number 4, and if we don't get it here, then I might be screwed for my next match. We'll see. I hope we can start it. I hope so. I hate a long. This actually hasn't been that long. I've been in way worse situations for delays. I remember I had to wait half an hour, 45 minutes for one map one time. That was annoying. So this is not even that bad, really, all things considered, as it looks like we are going to be back in to map number 2 here. Hopefully it's true this time. I don't want to lie to you guys, but it should be. Oh, let me flip the. They flip sides because of the reset, but it is going to be. Teams are right. Map count's wrong. Let me get that situated for you. A fast hit toward E4 END off the break. And I mean, bomb's already going down. Nobody even from Laundry going to contest this as 45-second timer has started. Jaw tag down from some shots. Maybe even a nade over through mid. He's going to get revealed, and I mean, it's going to be up to whether or not Static can activate here. Jaw gets first blood. Yeah, player not watching through pillars from ring there. I'm surprised that wasn't happening, and now 2 dead. Nicey. What can you do on the clutch here? 20 seconds to play for. Has a timing. Might get it. No, not quite. Josh left last alive in the 1v2. 14 seconds left. He just needs to play the bomb. If he can kill the bomb diffuser, this is still for sure possible. He gets the bomb diffuser and he stays alive. Nice job from Josh there. Got a little messy, but END are going to pick it up, and they will get over the line in that one. Now find themselves up 3-0 after that reset. So it looks like, you know, maybe a little bit more sloppy than they were accustomed to, as, you know, Statix gave them a better look this time, but doesn't really matter if you win by an inch or a mile, right? Word to Dominic Toretto. And now Static find themselves down 3-0. Not the best position for them to be in. I really want to see if they can get an offensive push here. You know, typically Raid, I think, probably favors offense, especially if you go toward A more often than not. Maybe not exactly one-sided, but I think... Oh, wait, hold on. We're going to see a sniper here from Lefty. He's going to be able to get the first one. I'm glad I caught that one. on Observer. JRB getting ran down, though, and that might be the go button for Josh. He's behind enemy lines, but he has one right behind him with the sniper rifle. Lefty, he's going to whip that shot and miss the pistol as well. Josh with the turn and burn. Josh for 2. Hold up, this round is still possible as well now, but now it's going to have to be Josh in the 1v4. And he might have got bad timing, but I don't think Josh saw him as well. Josh, no, he goes. I thought he was going to win that gunfight. That smoke actually just baited him out perfectly there, and he got across enemy lines somehow undetected, but it's going to be Ja holding his nerve there. And they do get the first one on the board. Better late than never here. You don't want to go down 4-0. Because that is, that can be a pretty detrimental score to overcome. I mean, you don't want to go down in the hole at all, but especially once you start getting up to that 3-4 round deficit, it can be pretty tough to come back. You just don't have a lot of rounds to work with to try different strats, but that's going to be a good start, though, for Static here. We'll see if they can get a second one on the board as toward B we go this time for END, and Ja kind of has mid-clear to just run it down if he elects to. And it's going to be up to number 7. JRB going to get overran here, surely in a second. Actually gets out of dodge, though. Plays his life, and wow, look at that minimap. Josh just ran right past number 5. Ja able to get through, but he's going to get spotted and taken down surely here. So that is a great start for END. The timing works out in their favor. And look at where Josh is at. He's all the way behind enemy lines. He could pull off a god pinch here, but unfortunately he does shoot. Reveals his position, but his positioning doesn't even matter that he shot JRB in the 1v4. Pretty much impossible clutch situation. And he's getting, oh my god, ran at by Edward Scissorhands there. Finally gets taken down. And a pretty clean round, all things considered, from END. I don't believe they lost a single player. Just running down toward B. And Josh just seems to be finding all the timings on this map so far. Having a great performance. And 4-1 now is the score line. And I mean, so far, so good for END. Statix, I mean, you got to show us something in this SND, or it's going to be quickly out of your hands here. We'll see if they can show some signs of life late into this one. We're not even really that deep into it. They're just, you know, in a pretty decent hole here. It's going to be Akua toward ring. Tags down low from the nade, but just getting swarmed by all the members from Static here. But it is going to be his teammate, Nicey, able to get one over the top. Lefty gets some shots, but stops shooting, and now all left to Crafty. Another 1v4 situation, but Crafty with the double. He's able to make it a little bit more manageable. Might get a third one as well. Shots on in. He's tagged down low. Karima able to get the final one with the pistol, but finally able to win that round. That got scary for END there, as Crafty was almost able to pull off a crazy round there. Just not quite able to get it over the line in the end. And I mean, that could happen, right? I mean, Statix, that's what happens when you don't get trades off the rip. That should have been a trade for sure on Akua early on into that round, but he just doesn't get traded. I mean, you don't get trades, you lose your members, you're relying on one player, and I mean, one player is just not enough. Probably 99% of the time. It's a team effort. And so far, END showing us why. The teamwork is just better so far. It's going to be Nicey with the sniper, or with the SMG, I should say, in hand, pushing up toward Laundry. Smoke grenades are out. Akua getting aggressive, getting active, missed some shots, though. So he will get taken down 1 for 1. Now it's up to Lefty, but he's overwhelmed by the sheer numbers toward Laundry. JRB getting bad timing toward Kitchen, and now all left to Ja. Another 1vx situation for the map here. And I'm not expecting a miracle. He does have bomb down right next to him, so could potentially play for that, but I don't think he is aware, as it looks like Nicey gonna grab bomb, gonna get on out of there. And this is probably just a formality at this point. They know Josh is still here, or excuse me, Ja is still here. Josh is toward mid, Ja is still here, but they're gonna run into each other, both Josh and Ja. And Josh able to get it done. END 6-1, not even close in that second one, looking a lot better on that second map. And they'll take the 2-0 edge in this series after that reset. And I mean, it's S&D, you know, woes continue, it seems. For Static is similar to what happened last time around. I will say they looked better in the respawn than the SND for sure. in that last match. I mean, that could happen sometimes. You bring in some new players, right? S&D is probably the game mode where it takes the most time to start clicking as a team and how you want to play, because there's so many different things you need to talk about. Respawn, kind of more straightforward, right? You don't need to talk about it as much. People kind of understand how to play hardpoint. You know, there's really only usually a couple of different things you really need to go over in hardpoint, like, you know, who's going to be running what in what spots and where you throw in the trophies. You know, I guess there is more to it than that. Obviously, I'm oversimplifying things, but S&D for sure can be hard for new teams is kind of the point I was trying to make, as it's going to be 2-0 now for END, looking to take the 3-0 sweep in this one as we head to Overload on exposure here. And that's a nice one for END to find. They could potentially close it out here as well. I mean, you know, we saw them in map number 1. They looked pretty comfortable in that one as well. We'll see if they can get it over the line in the end. As I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it's going to be a tough one, right? I mean, the 3-0, the reverse sweep is not easy to pull off. So you need to make sure you're mentally solid as well as just, you know, frying, right? You got to have the teamwork flowing. And so far, it's been, you know, intermittent from Statix, especially in the S&D. I mean, there wasn't a ton there. I mean, it was obviously Josh just had a great map, right? 11-2. I'm not exactly sure what he had before the reset as well. A couple of rounds we missed there that won't add up in the stats unless you guys want to go back and stitch it together. But I mean, you know, he had a great map as well. And I mean, you know, just some rough stat lines we saw across the board from Statix. So looking at them to turn it around. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself in a quick 3-0 here, and that's never a good look. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, if they're able to pull it on off here, it's going to be a tough one for sure. But I mean, I've seen crazy comebacks, but just it seems like the form that Statix in is, you know, it's not the best, but it's not the worst, right? So I could see them winning this map, but I don't know if they're going to be able to pull off the full reverse sweep or not. That's really kind of where my head's at as a caster, right? We saw map number 1. They came up, you know, kind of clutch toward the end. They felt, you know, in the 11th hour, but it wasn't like it was a blowout, right? They went down big, and they had the resilience to claw their way back into it. So, you know, going into this overload, right, as long as they're able to just play the kills toward the drone, play some good defense, right, making sure that nobody is sneaking by them, right, they're picking up the lanes, calling out names. I think this is doable, but they just got to make sure they're on the same page, and that's kind of really what we've seen the entire season. Just overload boil down to, right? If you're on the same page or not, that can make a big difference. It's almost pretty much similar to CTF back in the day. Maybe a little bit more strategies, I guess you could pull off, since there's 2 different portals instead of just 1, right? But alas, I digress. 2-0 up now. END, we'll see if they can close it on out here. I'm not sure exactly if we're going to be seeing a 3-0, but I mean, I don't know. Hey, I'm down to see extended maps. I do kind of hope they start this one quickly, though, after we have that long delay. I do have another match after this as well, so you know, hopefully we can get things going here sooner rather than later. Appreciate you guys for stopping by. What's up, Blixtify, Razzie? How you guys doing? Appreciate the follow profanity. I think I said that earlier as well, but if you didn't hear it, I will say it again. Appreciate you guys in chat hanging on out. How we doing? How we doing? How we feeling? Let me take a drink of water, actually, because holy. Oh, man. Am I in the lobby? I don't know. It's like forever loading for me. Maybe I am. I must be in Codcaster. I can't see that I'm in the lobby, so. Hopefully I'm in Codcaster. It's got that glitch where it says everybody's at the multiplayer main menu, you know, and it's like all 10 people. I believe I am in Codcaster, though. I think so. They should have put me in there. Boys looking good. Nice, nice. Boys looking good. There we go. I believe I am finally in. Let me get things situated here, as it's going to be 2-0 up now. Excuse me, let me update my graphic. There we go. 2-0 up now for END as we go into Overload on exposure. Do or die time now for Statix Energy. We'll see if they can pull off the reverse sweep. If it does happen, it starts here. It's already a 2-for-2 trade. Make it 3. As Jaw finds himself behind enemy lines, able to maybe get 1 here potentially. He slips on out of danger, but that drone is going, and it's going quickly. But he finds himself the only member. Yeah, I didn't love that from Josh. Potentially just trying to solo cap that. We've seen that work, but that typically only works once the other team is ahead of the 50-yard line in your base, and the drone is kind of left behind. It's typically when we see those sneak scores come through, but Josh tried it, tested his mettle, and the metal wasn't quite enough, so no score as of yet as the drone on the other side of the map. Crafty combines on in with JRB for a double. Looking to maybe push this drone forward. Has one more player to beat. Has the pistol in hand, and it's going to be good, but no reinforcements as of yet. Oh, no, please don't tell me. Okay, good. I don't know what that white, like, glitch is. If anybody knows, let me know, because that's been happening to me while I'm playing as well. That, like, white screen, like, pops up on your game. I don't know what does that or how to fix that when I'm playing. If anybody knows, let me know, because, yeah, it hasn't affected me in Codcaster as of yet, because I could just switch players, it seems like, and it fixed it, but, yeah, I don't know. That's a weird bug. I don't know. I hope they fix that. So far, it's 0-0, though. Nobody really scoring, and Ja gonna do his best Josh impersonation, trying to... Josh impersonation. Wow, say that 5 times fast. As he's gonna die as well to a nice nade, and some gunshots over the top. Lefty's still here. Not able to get the first as the reinforcements from END are overwhelming there. But JRB is behind the enemy lines, but fortunately for him, short-lived behind enemy lines. That can happen sometimes. You get spotted on out. And Josh off the map, so sliding backwards, not the best look. As I've seen a lot of people fall off the map in BO7, probably more so than almost any other Call of Duty, maybe other than like some of the jetpack ones. Definitely the wall jump is a big part of that so far. It's been pretty back and forth toward mid-map, I'm not gonna lie. Nobody really able to get that second wave of kills, but this might be the time Josh is able to get gone, but it's not quite. Josh taking on down, maybe rushing it a little bit too much in these moments. He just probably needs to wait for his teammates a little bit longer. I can understand the temptation to try and beat the enemy spawners, but if you're gonna do it, you gotta do it either a little faster or just wait for your reinforcements to arrive. Fortunately, Josh in the middle timing isn't able to get either, as we still remain scoreless. Kind of a low-scoring game so far, but this might be the first one. No, Akua with the double. Able to shut that push down single-handed. And now his reinforcements have arrived. END could potentially push on through here. Akua with another one. 3 spree for him. Has support. Can pick up the drone. This might be a nice attempt for them to score. They have B, but I don't know for how much longer. They're kind of deciding whether they want to play for A or play for B here. And I do like playing that mind games in this. That is one thing about Overload. You can definitely fake the camera on out with that delay. And Melee's going to come on out. But unfortunately, the team kill with the nade. It might not matter, though. It's going to be Nicey with the drone. And he is gone. Finally, the first one on the board as END convert. And this time around, they waited for the kills. And I'm glad they did. They played for the drone for a while. That's typically how we see a lot of teamwork and scores go through, right? The relays coming in is when you slay out their base and are able to block the spawn toward the portal you want to go to. That's when we see a lot of the heavy scoring come on in, but it's been pretty mixy toward mid-map. And I was kind of expecting that going into this map, to be honest, where it's just kind of mixy back and forth in that one. This is going to be now Static Energy with the spawn. We'll see if they could show a resurgence of energy in this series. It's not like they're ever super out of it, but just, you know, 1 kill behind, 1 rotation behind, it would seem, in the majority of the situations we've seen, at least in that first hard point. As it's going to be number 5 taking it, Nicey, and he's gone. He just grabs the drone and says, see ya later, sayonara. And a second one on the board. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Sometimes when the players get past halfway or just ignore the drone in your base, one lone player can take it and put it on in very quickly. You got to make sure you're grabbing the drone and getting it out of your base. You can't just leave it there, or that can happen. That's another 3 dead. This could be a 3rd one on the board before halftime. It's just whether or not Static can put up a good fight here. They have Josh behind enemy lines, able to get 1, and he's pushed on forward toward the second one. Not able to get that as Lefty is here. Lefty gets a second one with the help of his teammates as it's all believed down toward JRB, toward the portal. JRB with 2, though, and that shutdown will prevent the second one from going on in. And now they have an opportunity to get the counter cap, 30 seconds extension. JRB wins 1 as well. That's 3 dead. Make it all 4. They could potentially run this one. 20 seconds to do so. It's about where they elect to go, and they have Lefty blocking toward A. Lefty's here. He's blocking as well. The drone is decently far away, but Lefty with 2, and this one should be a score. No! He rushes it. They crossfire him at the goal line. Rushed it a little bit too much there, and unable to get that opportunity. And unable to get that score in. They would have loved to have had that one going into half, only down 1. Maybe a big mistake there from Statix. And I mean, it wasn't really like they had to rush. They still had about, I believe, 15 seconds left on the board. They needed just a couple more kills. And they would have gotten that score in, but rushed it a little bit there. And they pay the price. 2-0 up now. END looking good. Looking like they might be able to close it here. It's a pretty narrow margin in the slaying battle, but I will say they are winning it, and they have been winning it decently this entire series so far. Especially in that S&D. That was pretty one-sided, but it's been a slight one in the respawn. Definitely more evenly matched in these respawn game types so far. And so far, nobody falling. Everybody playing pretty cautiously off the break, as the break's very important on Overload. Got to make sure you're not losing it. It's now just up to Nicey. Top nest right now, or top ring, I should say. He's able to get one, and it's just Lefty. Furthest member overextended in the corner, and that glare keeps coming back. I don't know why it's doing that, but he is able to get one before falling, and a pretty even kills, all things considered. Josh with 2, and he's gonna get the drone, and he's on out. Has one player to beat, but yeah, unfortunately tagged down low. Probably not the best decision to try and force that, but alas. Might not matter in the end. 4 minutes now on the clock for Statix to do something with this drone. Jaw gotta be the drone carrier, but Challing out first with the pistol. Yeah, I did not love that decision he just made. Gotta wait for your teammates. If you're the drone carrier, play secondary. Especially, like, it seemed like he just solo chowed that one as well, as that's gonna be 3 dead. Karama's here for the blocking as well. Ikura with the drone. They have a couple members to beat, and it's gonna get shut down in its tracks. Nizey's here, and he can play spoiler potentially. He's gonna stop shooting, though. Maybe not the best look from Nizey. Static, they're not out of it yet, but they gotta show us something. They've had opportunities, just haven't been able to convert. As it's gonna be 3. Make it all 4 dead. Nice defense there from END. See if they can get this third one on the board. They already have Josh spawn killing. He's able to get the first one. Has a couple players in front of him, but he's gonna get team shot from the sky. That's gonna be 3 dead. It's a 1v1 for the portal, and it's going to be, that, I believe, Nizey that wins that, and Nizey secures a nice double at the end of that from Nizey, making it a triple as he's on a 4 spree as well. Heating up on this one. 3-0 edge now. And END looking good to potentially close it. 2.5 minutes or so on the clock, and Static, I mean, they've had opportunity after opportunity, just haven't been able to get the slaying when they need to in the crucial moments. They've been able to get this 4 dead just like this, but I mean, it's been the second wave of kills. Let's see if they can get it here. If they can get this second wave of kills, they can potentially score this and relay here, but I mean, it's just been, I mean, massacre after massacre in their spawn. Josh with another 3-piece as well. Able to get that over the line, defend his portal. Lefty with 2 to slow him down, but I mean, he's doing what he can to try and get something going, but just doesn't seem like anything that Static have elected to do has worked out so far. They've had so many, you know, moments in the kill feed where they're just, you know, 3 or 4 deading END, but just, I don't know, just rushing it too much in my opinion, it would seem. END maybe just playing great defense. Maybe it's a combination of both. That's probably what it really ends up coming down to. As now we come up in dangerous territory, right? Only 1:45 on the clock. I mean, it's still possible to get 3 scores for sure, but you gotta really just get something going, and I mean, they lose a clean wave of kills there, and now, I mean, it's going to be END in your base yet again, and I mean, we'll see if Lefty can stop it. It's going to be Nizey with the portal, with the drone again, in the portal. No, gets shut down at the goal line. Not able to convert there, and a team kill. Probably not the best there, made from Akira, but he should be in a decent corner to stop the momentum, and now with a minute left, we're approaching that territory where it's almost mathematically impossible. They would have to score and relay yet again, but the red arrows are just converging on their position. Kurama with the drone, able to get out of enemy lines, plays for the bait and switch, and could potentially just run around in their spawn. I mean, we saw that with Ride the Falcons in the Pro League as well today. I don't know if it's today, but this weekend as well, where he's just able to run around in their spawn and just play the drone, but he's just going to run toward the enemy portal and buy as much time as he can for his teammates, and I think that probably should do it here. I don't believe that Static at this point can get it done. I mean, I guess they potentially still can with overtime, but it would have to be perfect. But I mean, with the Akira getting that kill, and they're just watching the drone, right? They're just on the reset. they don't even really want to pick it up at this point. They're just playing kills, and I mean, why not? You have the overwhelming advantage. Why not just play spoiler? Brahma with the drone, able to get one. Lefty is there for the trade, but that should do it. That is going to be a clean 3-0 for END. They eliminated, neutralized, and destroyed their opponents in all 3 game modes tonight. And it was really only close on that first hard point. Maybe needed a warm-up or something, but END, that was a good look. It was a good first look from them. I wasn't exactly sure what to expect tonight from them, but, you know, they gave me something to look forward to the next time I cast them as well. And if you're Static, you know, it's not all doom and gloom, right? You know, they put up a better fight, I would say, tonight than they did on main stage a few nights ago. So looking a little better with this new roster. We'll see if this one ends up sticking or not for a little bit. You know, get some more scrims in and whatnot. But, you know, alas, it wasn't in the cards for them tonight. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes you just get 3-0'd. You just got to live and learn from it. And a good team effort, all things considered, from the boys on END. And that should do it for me. Appreciate you guys for coming on out. I know we had some decent, you know, delays. Not too bad, actually, honestly. I was kind of overblowing it, but, you know, it is what it is. Sometimes there's issues in Call of Duty. You can't really foresee. Sometimes people get scan and repair. Sometimes, you know, you crash. It is what it is. And it's going to be 3-0, END. Going to be moving on. I believe they're 2-0 now as well, undefeated in the map count. So that's a good look for them going forward. I believe they're 6-0 now in their map count. And I mean, Static, it's a rough one. Now they fall 0-2, 0-6 map count. They're going to have to turn around in a big way if they're going to be ending up making playoffs here. As you know, they looked better, but still a lot of work to do for sure. So that's going to do it for me. I appreciate you guys coming on out. And yeah, I do have another one after this. I'm not sure if I believe that's going to be on main stage for I guess it's Lucy's League. I don't know if you guys are even in that one or not, but I'm not even sure what the link is for that, but I'll probably end up retweeting something at some point. Appreciate you guys coming on out. Yeah, that's going to do it for me. Until next time, guys, I appreciate y'all. I will see y'all later, unless you want to catch me in, I believe, what time is it? In like 25 minutes, but yeah, until then, see you guys later. Oh, wrong one.
Holy steady watching me. Every day they clocking me. Red alert, I'm the dangerous. I keep that Glock on me. And they ain't looking for no trouble. I'm just looking out for me. Cause I done did shit the niggas ain't talking about no rapping beat. Boy, I'm talking tragedy, massive, casualty. Shit that I can't even remember. Bet they remember me. Shit that happened late in December. I bring that winter heat. Niggas down the whole October, the real Halloween. Back to back funerals is them or us, it's him or me. Don't get booked cause ain't no bum money. We doing this shit for free. If he told that ain't my homie, that little nigga weak. If I miss ain't going to sleep, I'm in the street. We play for keeps. 2011, August 11, R.I.P.O.D. August 9th, 2 days before, I turned 17, 21 to 45. I'm like, what the fuck that mean? You fighting an armed robbery, shorty. That's what they offer. My little brother getting big, my uncle got that coke again. He been smoking crack since I was born, that one was smoking him. I used to stay up late at granny crib just to talk to him. When I was locked up, I knocked on his door and told him what with him. Back to this shit, social slaughter